It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Monday, the 19th of August. I'm Michael Groff. After kind of a refreshing break from the heat yesterday, where we picked up some rain as well, unfortunately, we're back to the sun, the drier conditions, temperatures much warmer today and tomorrow. But the moisture returns for Wednesday, as do the chances of showers, thunderstorms, maybe a few strong or severe storms Wednesday, and that could linger into Thursday. And then after that, it's going to feel more like mid to late September with drier air coming on in, much drier air, in fact, and those overnight lows are going to dip quite a bit. Overnight lows could get down in the 70s for many of us, low 80s as we head toward the weekend, and afternoon highs pretty close to seasonal averages as the monsoon goes on another extended break, and we have to start to wonder how much more monsoon activity will there be before it's all said and done for the year. All right, we'll talk about all of that and everything else in just a moment. But first, here's the almanac from yesterday. 102 degrees the afternoon high, 79 the morning low. That 79-degree low, that's the coolest low temperature we've had since June the 4th. The 102-degree high, the coolest high temperature we've had since May 27th. Now, yes, it does still continue our streak of days over 100 degrees. But hey, that's one day that we didn't have a low temperature at or above 80 for 2.5 months. By the way, we have now had 74 days this year with a low temperature at or above 80, and the all-time record is 91 days, so it's likely that it's just another heat record we're going to break. By the way, a little trivia question for you. We'll answer this tomorrow. Do you know what the fewest number of days in a calendar year in Phoenix happens to be with a low temperature at or above 80? The fewest number of days in a year with a low at or above 80 degrees. We'll answer that tomorrow. Your guesses, leave them down in the comments. All right, average temperatures, 105 and 84. We picked up 1/10 of an inch of rain officially at Sky Harbor. 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch was pretty much the standard across the valley, but some spots saw as much as 1/2 to 1 inch, and a few locations well to the north and east of the valley saw 1 to 2 inches of rain. And hopefully we'll see some more later this week. Outside now at 11:10 a.m., mostly sunny, 102 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew point 61. So it's still a little sticky out there, 26% the humidity, a light wind, and the barometer steady. The upper level weather pattern across the nation, boy, the flow pattern across much of North America has become rather amplified. Check out that ridge that's sitting off to the east of us, upper heights somewhere between about 594 to 596 decameters. It's centered over New Mexico and Texas, and we've got a strengthening trough off the Pacific Northwest coast, and that will actually become the more dominant weather feature for us by later this week, and we'll talk about that in more detail in a moment. The watch warning map, heat advisories, excessive heat warnings, all that stuff across Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana. Elsewhere, fire danger continues to be a threat out here in the west. Some red flag warnings and air quality alerts because of smoke. Here in Maricopa County for the greater Phoenix area, we've got an excessive heat warning in effect, and that's through 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. Obviously, with these temperatures being where they are, we will continue to have that concern for excessive heat, so limit your outdoor activity through the day and early evening hours, and then we'll see something of a break from the really intense heat for a while thereafter. Convective outlook for today, we've got a risk of severe storms north of the state from Utah up through much of Wyoming, Montana, Colorado, the Rockies, and out into the western high plains, as well as parts of Florida and the middle and upper Atlantic coast. In Arizona, a fair portion of the state in the green. Thunderstorms are possible today, but I think they will be isolated to, at best, widely scattered and mainly over the higher terrain. We should not see anything here in the valley this afternoon or tonight. Precipitation outlook valid through Monday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix generally under 1/4 of an inch. The heavier amounts concentrated over the eastern and southeastern portion of the state, and mainly over the higher terrain at that. But of course, whenever we show you this graphic, your amount will vary because that's how the monsoon works. And there could be a few intense storms that put down some locally heavy rain later this week. And we'll talk about that in more detail right now as we get to the models, see what the future may hold. Here we go. This is the GFS. It's the 12Z run, and it's valid 5 o'clock this afternoon. Okay, ridging is being pushed further to the east across the southern plain states, but we're still on the western periphery of that feature. Got a trough in the east, trough off the Pacific Northwest coast, and that trough is intensifying. So what it all means for us down at the surface for the rest of the day today, mostly sunny and hot. Highs 107 to 111. Tonight, clear. Lows mainly in the 80s to about 90. Tomorrow, sunny, hot, 109 to 113. Question is, will this be the last 110-degree day of the year? Probably not, but it will be the last 110 we see for a while. Because as we go to Wednesday, a few things start to happen. First, an inverted trough is circulating around that ridge over the southern plains into the southwest. It's going to sit just to our south. Meanwhile, this trough off the Pacific Northwest coast is going to slide a little further to the south, and it's going to intensify. The flow aloft is going to increase out of the south, southeast. We should see some better some increasing winds aloft, some better shear dynamics, some more unidirectional shear coming into the mix, and slightly cooler air aloft too. So all of those factors and deeper moisture coming in too, all those factors, all those ingredients coming together for scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially during the afternoon and evening hours, although they could occur throughout the day. And high temperatures because of the lowering heights and the increasing moisture, yeah, I'd say probably between about 100 to 105. So that's closer to normal for this time of year, or average, if you will. And again, that chance of storms. And a few of those storms, given the stronger winds aloft, the better dynamics, especially provided by that trough to the north and west of us and the inverted trough to the south, a few of those storms could get strong or severe Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. And as we get closer to the range of the convective allowing models, our CAMs, our high resolution models, we'll have to see if that severe threat is something that we're going to have to keep an eye on there. We'll have to see what the threat level actually is here for Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday night. Speaking of Wednesday night, probably the best chance of storms here for us in Phoenix through the forecast period. We've got the rain chances up in the 40% bracket. Possible we'll have to bump that up further. Decent chance of storms. Overnight lows Wednesday night going into Thursday morning, 70s to low 80s or so. And then Thursday, still a chance of showers and storms around as that trough sits to the north and west of us. But what's going to happen is it's going to continue to deepen, and this is going to have a look more like we would see in mid-September. This is kind of one of those, we see these transitional type events in September, and this is kind of what this looks like, because the chance of storms on Thursday with highs, again, around 100 to 105, but then by Friday, the deeper southwesterly flow comes on in, and the storms, the moisture gets pushed off to the east, and much drier air will start to get escorted in here. And again, afternoon highs with the upper heights falling off, and with that strong ridge of high pressure now shunted well off into the southern plain states. Again, highs only around 100 to 105, and with the lowering dew points, that'll feel pretty good. And by Friday night, Saturday morning, lows in many spots should be down in the 70s. Maybe low 80s for the urban core if models are to be believed here, if that drier air really does come in here as advertised. And this run of the GFS actually has a even deeper solution for this trough and pushing it down into Northern California. And upper heights are somewhere around 2 to even 3 standard deviations below climatological averages. So this could be a fairly potent system and could really bring in some cooler, drier air. In fact, guidance here on Saturday has high temperatures in the upper 90s to about 104 degrees. So it is conceivable we could even be a degree or two below average on Saturday, despite the fact that we'll have lots of sun. But with the dry air, we'll just have to see. But my goodness, that's not bad. And then Sunday, highs again pretty close to normal, 100 to 105, dry air, no real threat of storms anywhere across the state. I mean, the moisture is going to get completely scoured out of the region, it appears. So we're looking dry this weekend statewide. So go to Monday, though. This is a week from today, Monday the 26th. Now the trough is moving on out of here, ridging building in from the north and west. And so a dry northwesterly flow is in here, and the heights are coming back up. Okay, this will be a Pacific ridge. Afternoon highs should get back to around 102 to 107, maybe a little bit warmer than that if this verifies. And then we should see afternoon highs creeping back up a little further, 105 to 110 by the time we go out to Tuesday and out 10 days. This is Wednesday, the 27th, or 28th rather. And that still looks dry though. No monsoon flow in that kind of a setup. Monsoon moisture would be pushed well to the south of us. There could, as we get out there toward maybe the very end of next week, the ridge may continue to slide further east and we might see a return to some monsoon moisture, but that is not a given by any means. And so, we have to wonder here, how long are we going to be on another monsoon break? And when will the moisture return after Wednesday and Thursday? Who knows? All right, looking at rainfall for Phoenix. And again, this goes out through the 2nd of September. This is off the GFS ensemble. And again, the mean here is about a half an inch. European ensemble, about a quarter of an inch. But most of the members in the European now show some degree of precipitation in here Wednesday, Thursday. So it sure looks like that's a fairly safe bet. We're going to see more precipitation, more showers and storms across the state on Wednesday and Thursday, but then quite a bit drier thereafter. Now, temperatures off the national blend of models. Obviously, we're very hot today and tomorrow, and then a dip in temperatures. And I'll tell you what, I think these numbers here might actually have to be lowered a bit for Friday, Saturday. I suspect high temperatures might be down a couple of degrees lower than what's shown here. And those overnight lows, even those might have to be trimmed back a couple of degrees. Now, that's the mid-city we're talking about. Outlying areas, I think, again, many spots, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday morning, you'll be down in the 70s. It'll be the coolest temperatures we've had around here outside of thunderstorms, the coolest temps we've had around for a while. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning. And should you happen to enjoy these videos, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell. Leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you really like what we do here, then click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube. Make those monetary contributions, or you can donate directly to us via PayPal. groffshow@gmail.com is the PayPal address. It's groffshow@gmail.com for PayPal. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org. And of course, that Facebook page of the same name, it's called Sweet Child Arizona, talking about my Michelle. Check her out. Check out her videos and all that stuff. Everything Michelle related, all linked up down in the description. And our streaming station available 24/7, 365 for your listening pleasure. It's called KMGX. What do we do there? Well, we play a ton of music and have a lot of fun. So give that a listen. All right, folks. Thank you guys so much for watching, all of your continued support. So greatly appreciated. Please be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated out there, and you guys have yourselves a beautiful rest of your Monday.